Alright, so in today's video I have a Parts Express box here, and it's a gift box from Parts Express, and they've sent me this here with some things inside which I'm completely unaware of at the moment. I know there is a Hi-Fi driver inside that I've asked for, a 3D printed box that I've printed, and I believe they were going to send me their C-Note speaker kit as well. Now I apologise if I look sweaty in this video. The air conditioning at this house does not work at all, and it's been 40 degrees Celsius for the past 4 days, so I am really struggling at the moment in here. But anyway, here we go with the box here. We can see it. I'll slide it into frame over here. We can see here's the box. I'm going to pull off what's on top just here and see if we can get into it. Alright, so I've just chopped the top off because I didn't want to cut through the envelope on the side here. But if you guys do want to see Parts Express send me more boxes just like this, let them know in the comment section down below. Tell them that you want to see more boxes just like this. But with that being said, let's see what's inside. We have some home theater LED backlighting LED strips here which illuminates, let me read into this real quick and I'll get back to you and tell you what this does. Alright, so this is just an LED strip here, and I will use this up at the new place behind my TV, which I'll mount on the wall. And eventually I've got to buy a new TV for up there too, because my old one I threw out, and this one that's behind me right now that you actually can't see is just way too heavy to wall mount. This thing's about 35 kilos. So I've got some cool LED strips to put behind my TV. That was definitely on my list of things I was going to do anyway. So thanks to Parts Express for sending that across. I have heaps more packaging. As always, I've always got tons of packaging now, just hanging around the house. Here we have some speaker wire. We have 50 feet of 16 gauge wire, which is really good because I don't know if they watch the videos. I assume they do. I never have high gauge wire. I've always got 12 gauge and it sucks to work with big time. Then here we have a whole bunch of Spade Connectors. This is great as well. This is something else that I was definitely planning on. And another pack of 100, I'm assuming that's gonna be 100 pack of black screws as well. I've actually got some in a box in the cupboard there. And more Spade Connectors. This is for the negative terminal. So as you can see with the terminals, the little terminal Spade plugs right here, we have these smaller ones here for the negative terminal and the bigger ones down the bottom here for the bigger terminal. And these would be great for using in my build videos where I'm using crossovers and things. I can just plug them straight in. This is definitely something as well that was on my wish list of things I need to get. So far, Parts Express are obviously watching what I'm doing, and they know that I want LED strips for behind my TV at the new place. I am starting to run low on black screws because of that huge build that over there with all the components. I need some thin wire, so that's great as well, and these will be really good for builds. Again, I apologize if I'm sweating. It's probably 35 degrees Celsius in this room and there is no wind whatsoever. So here we have, oh, this is awesome actually. This is something I was gonna actually ask for and I didn't ask for. Some heavy duty heavy duty binding posts that I can use in the back of speakers. This is definitely something I really wanted. I used something like this, cheap ones off eBay, and they were just terrible. So because the threading on the back here wasn't thick enough to go through the actual MDF itself. So this is definitely awesome. I'm going to assume there's two. I can see there is two actually. So two of these here. I believe, as I said at the start, there is a set of Hi-Fi drivers in here, and there should also be the C-Note kit because they want me to replace my delis and do a comparison between the delis and the C-Note kit because that's like $400 speakers versus $100 speakers. So I'll be using these in the back of the C-Note kit to get the signal inside of the box. So let's put that to the side. Alright, so here we have a 60 watt Class D full range plate amplifier from Dayton Audio with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Now there was talk that they were going to send this to me as well to use in the C-Note kit. However, I'm not actually too sure if I will use it for the C-Note kit, purely because, well, with the C-Note, and actually I'll open this sort of stuff up at the end as well. With the C-Note kit, I plan to use them with my receiver, so I don't actually need an amplifier in there. Oh my god, that's a big box. Inside of a box. That is the C-Note bookshelf speaker kit itself there. Okay, so this right here is the kit. We can see it's written on the side, just down the bottom there, C-Note kit. So this is, in fact, I believe, I'm just gonna have a quick look inside. Let me just put this, actually no, again, we'll get to this at the end. So also inside we have some solder. Cool, I need solder. If this is lead solder, yes, I actually have lead-free solder, and if you know how lead-free solder works, it's not very good. So I'm glad that I've got some lead solder because it works so much easier and better. I'm gonna bring this camera out a little bit. We'll have a look here. So, anyway, thanks again for that. Again, if you guys want to see Parts Express send stuff like this to me again, let them know in the comment section down below, because I'm sure your support and your enthusiasm to that is going to motivate them to do this more often. And Parts Express, I really do appreciate this because it gives me channel content, or content for the channel. Anyway, here we have a set of Hi-Vi drivers. Wow, I've only ever looked at photos of these, and I've always contemplated getting some, but never ended up doing. Oh my, wow. Okay, so let's just bring the camera in a little bit here. Man, this is really nice. We have 30 watts, 8 ohms, M3N, and if I really quickly jump up and walk over to my other side of the room, this in fact is a 3D printed speaker box in which designed for this driver. So have a look at that. It slots straight in there. We can see on the side there it mounts. Oh yeah, my camera will never focus on a black box. We can see here on this one, if I can get it to focus. Regardless, it fits in there perfectly. I'll have some videos coming of this 3D printed box here working with the speaker inside. It seems to work really, really cool, or look like it's gonna work really, really cool. So yeah, that's something really awesome that'll be coming to my channel. There we go, that's good lighting right there. We can see we've got this really smooth waveguide here. And this was 3D printed with my CR10 3D printer that's just chilling over there. And I'll put a link to that in the video description, as well as everything featured in today's video, if I can find the links for them and be bothered, but I definitely can. Thanks again, Parts Express, for sending this through. I will definitely help out by doing that. So, very, very awesome little Hi-Vi driver just there. Okay, so, there's another box, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I was actually going to make that a little surprise, and I completely forgot about it. There's a second box, and it's much, much bigger than that first box, so I'm going to grab that now and try and fit that on the table over here, and we'll see how I go with that. This box is even bigger than the last one. Seriously, Parts Express, thank you very much for sending these through to me. It's definitely greatly appreciated. I'm going to open up this huge box that is branded with Dayton Audio, and it says on the top something about the C-Note kit, so I can only assume that maybe all the components were in this box just here, and then all the MDF and other parts are in this box. Let's zoom this camera back out. Let's get a top-down view as I open up the box. Here we have, well, if that's a spoiler and a half right there, a 250 watt subwoofer plate amplifier with DSP. Now, I'm not going to give away anything to do with the new system in the new place, except for the fact that I don't really want to use the Seven Vegas in the next house because they generate so much heat, they generate so much noise, and I really want a minimalistic setup and don't want them hanging about. So I was considering using this DSP amplifier, not the 250 watt one, but the 1200 watt one to power subwoofers, and I'm not going to say any more. So again, tons of packaging. They must have listened to my last video where I've said that a lot of my packages in the past have actually got beat up. But inside here we have, I'm going to stand up and pull this out. Wow, that is incredibly light. I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to have to put this on the couch over there because there's no way I'm going to fit that in frame. Bit of cardboard, and we have a soldering station. Now, this is funny because they actually asked me about this, and I've got like a $20 soldering iron, and that's what I've been using for the longest period of time. But definitely upgrades are always better. So I've got a soldering station here. Oh my god, I am sweating so much. It's so hot in this room. And yes, just like I expected, if we have a look right here, I'll lift this out, put the box on the ground. That was really loud. I hit my lighting stand real hard. We have all of the MDF here that is CNC cut for the C-Note speaker kit. If we have a look right here, that is very, very nicely cut MDF. And we can see here that all of, apologies for the audio here, all of the speaker holes are cut out for the speakers already. So that's awesome because these little knockdown kits are going to work wonders for me while I'm living here because I don't have access to a table saw. So thanks again, Parts Express. I'm not going to stop saying it. I really do appreciate this. So let's have a quick start now. Zoom that back out again. Let's have a look at, let's start with this soldering station. Again, if you guys do want to see more like it, let Parts Express know in the comments or tweet them or whatever. Because this is so fun opening things, especially when you don't actually know what it is. We have the owner's manual, which I'm assuming I'm probably going to need to use because, well, I've never had a soldering station. Wow. Okay, that is, wow. It's got a built-in multimeter, power supply, and then the soldering station itself. Man, this is actually really, really cool. I will definitely be using this a lot on my channel. Guaranteed. Again, here we have a US plug, which will not be of use to me because I live in Australia and we are able to run 100 volts to 240 volts. So that means I can plug this into the power here. And yeah, so here we have the soldering iron itself to 24 volt, 40 watts. My last one is 15 watts, so it's always taken forever to heat up, so I'm hoping that's going to be improved with this one. And then here we have, well, I will tell you in a second, what looks to be the actual soldering station itself, where the soldering iron stands and sits in. We have a nice sponge in there. Sorry, I was to show it on this camera. We have a nice sponge in here, and then just the thing that holds it up. Looks like it actually might have got a little bit of damage in shipping there. I can see there are some little bits of plastic hanging about, so I'll have to, oh yeah, it has. I'll investigate on that further, but there is a bit of damage to the box there, which sucks, but that is a bit of a shame. And then we have some replacement tips here for the soldering iron itself. So if we're working on something rather big like 4 gauge wire, or if we're working on some 16 gauge wire, that's pretty neat in itself. So there's a soldering station. Let's remove this box, put that on the floor, owner's manual back inside. Let's have a look at this 60 watt Class D amp. I'm actually gonna move the MDF because there's not too much more to that besides the fact that it's just MDF, so I'm gonna put that on the floor. Let's open this 60 watt full range plate amplifier with Bluetooth. This is pretty neat, to be fair, so we'll have a look here. Wow, that's actually quite small. We'll lift this out of the box. Inside here we have, well, it doesn't say it on the front, but I'm assuming that's an owner's manual. We have some aerials for the Bluetooth. We have, again, another US plug, no use to me, and we do support up to 240 volts, so that's perfect. Oh, okay, it's got a remote as well. That's pretty neat. So this means you can turn the speakers up remotely. This could make for like a really good amplifier for like garage speakers in the new place or something like that. Definitely be putting this to good use, that's for sure. We'll lift this little amp out of here. Okay, we have a rather nice little plate amplifier. Compact little design. We have some Spade plugs in there, I can see. Yeah, I really look forward to actually using this in a project. I think this will do really, really well powering some nice bookshelf speakers or anything like that. So this is really solid. I'm really enjoying this. If I don't look like I'm appreciating it or anything right now, I'm taking in all the stuff that's here and trying to process what it all is, because I did ask for this to be a complete surprise, which means I don't know what any of this stuff is and I don't know any of the specs off by heart, and that'll come in future videos. But as of right now, how's that packaging? Wow, the attention to detail just there. Yeah, I don't know exactly what all of the stuff is besides the hi-fi drivers, which I asked for, which are very, very nice looking. So let's set that aside. We've had a look at that. Let's grab the DSP plate amplifier. Man, that is lightweight as. We'll quickly slice it open with some scissors. These seem to be my scissors that I use in every video of opening anything ever. Just because I like them and they work wonders. Let's try and cut our way in without cutting ourselves. Always cut away from yourself. Except who actually does that, really? It's just whatever works the best for you. So, except I didn't tell you that, so don't have a go at me if you cut yourself by accident. Man, that box, I'm not gonna lie, that box is rather big for, if we have a look just here, the box is probably too big for the amp, but I'm not gonna complain. We have, again, another US power cable, no use to me, but again, it's appreciated. So I'll stick that to the side. And then here we have some more protective foam. I'm making a huge mess in my room. And the DSP plate amplifier itself in a nice bag here. Let's pull this unit out. Wow, okay, so, man, it's really, really light. This is a Class D 250 watt plate amplifier made by Dayton Audio. It has built-in screen, and wow, this is just really, really cool. The cool thing about these is, I'm not sure if this one has it, but I know the other ones do, they have like built-in microphone and room EQ, so it'll put a mic out, play a test tone through it, and it'll EQ the subwoofer to what it sees be perfect for your room. But man, this is really, really nice. I'm actually gonna plan to use this. I'll have to make a build, I'll have to get a subs and do a build with this, because this thing is really, really nice. Whew. Even all the components on the back, we've got some, there's the wire there that will go through the subwoofer, and we can see it's even in a packaged bag. Like, what sort of attention to detail that's gone into this is crazy. That is in fact 16 gauge wire just there, and we have a nice connector here so we can remove it and replace it if we had to, or anything along the lines of that. But I really, really look forward to using this in a video for a build, I guess, in the future. So tell me what subwoofer you guys want to see me use this with, because I definitely look forward to it. I'm assuming 250 watt at 4 ohms, but again, really, really cool. Thanks again, Parts Express. I'll set this to its side now, stick it on top of the packaging over here so I don't scratch it at all on my really bad surface table. And we'll have a look at the last thing that we can pull apart, which is the box over here. I apologize for the messy table now. The box over here that has the C-Note components, I believe, in it. So we'll quickly slice our way into this box here, and cutting away from ourselves. Here we have all of the drivers. Now I believe these are the these are the Classic series, or the, I'll just tell you, Designer series. I knew it was that. That's what I have in the original T-line towers I built, but these are the aluminium cone versions. I have the paper cone versions. I've never really been a fan of aluminium cone drivers. Again, I've actually never ran them, so be interested to see how these things perform and work, really. I'll be comparing these to the Dallies. We have a very, very nice tweeter right here. Soft dome tweeter, we can see just there, with a rather large waveguide. Very, very nice. This is a 1-inch Neo soft dome tweeter with waveguide. It's the ND25FW-4. It's a 4 ohm tweeter. Okay, so that's the tweeter, obviously, that is used in the C-Note kit of speakers there. We have, again, another one here, which I'll sit to the side. We'll stick, again, more packaging away. We have here the speaker cabinet ports. These are 1 3/8 inch adjustable ports. So I'll have to figure out how long I need to make these for the optimal tuning for the enclosure. But these are the ports that are designed to use with the speakers. I do wonder, it's the only thing I've ever wondered about this kit as far as a design aspect, is the flaring on the port, or the lack thereof. These ports aren't flared at all, so I do wonder if they'll get any chuffing, because I do know that these Designer Series woofers can move a lot. You can see here, this Designer Series woofer has made an attempt of escape out of its enclosure. But let's just hope there's no damage to it. Doesn't look like there is. Again, it is really hard for Parts Express to send things across the world and not have someone along the way not respect the box and throw it around. So there's the woofers. Let's have a quick sticky beak at the woofers, the Designer Series aluminium ones, because I think the magnet and everything else, basket material, voice coil, everything is the same as the Designer Series that are in the tower speakers that are well over the back there, aside from the fact that the cone is aluminium instead. So wow, very, very nice looking driver. My camera probably isn't going to pick that up very well because it just won't. But yeah, very, very solid looking driver there. Very nice, very high quality feeling. I'll have to break this in, get some good excursion videos for you guys. You can see it is the DSA 135-8 8 ohm driver. So obviously their crossover components are able to adapt the 4 ohm tweeter and the 8 ohm woofer so they sync together perfectly when they are working. So, well, not like sync them together, you know what I mean. Make the impedances so one isn't super loud and one isn't super quiet. And then I'm assuming this little white box just here is going to be the crossover components. So I'll figure out how this opens in a second. Okay, so in here we have all of our capacitors and resistors. And we can see just there's a whole bunch of capacitors and resistors inside here, which will be used, of course, to build the crossover, and I believe there is a diagram somewhere as well where you can line it out and like twist all the wires together and things. So these are all Dayton Audio. Yes, these are all Dayton Audio components, and I deliberately bought a hot glue gun too, so I can actually assemble all this stuff here to get the best and strongest design, fit inside of the box. I can't talk right now, I'm trying to take everything in as I go. But I bought a hot glue gun so I can attach it all inside as securely as possible, because I've been meaning to buy one forever. But that is really it with today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed this unboxing of just basically a surprise box or package from Parts Express, make sure you chuck a like on the video. Tell them in the comment section down below how awesome this is and why they should definitely do this again. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because you'll be seeing all the content that all of these speakers bring to the channel. But with that being said, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. I really do hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you later.